I'm pretty sure I'm genuinely in love with this app, and it's not just the coffee talking. Its name is Plizy, and it's like Flipboard, but for video. Lovely, lovely video. Like Flipboard, you add your Facebook and your Twitter accounts, and then you get tiles that contain videos that your friends have linked to. And like Flipboard, you can then add channels that interest you. Everything from TED Talks to Funny or Die to Rocket Boom. The videos sort themselves automatically into a playlist, and the only way to navigate through is to fast forward through each, rather than viewing a list that you can choose between, although there is a bar at the bottom with summaries of the shows that you can navigate through. It's also possible to link to the videos with just 2 clicks to Facebook and Twitter, and to like something, which means it'll be stored on the main page for you. Finally, the history button shows you what you have watched. Truly, it is a magical and free iPad app. This is less an app review and more a public service announcement. An app-based public service announcement, the best kind. The NHS Direct has long been on speed dial to any self-respecting hypochondriac, and now there's an app version. Inviting casual self-diagnosis of life-threatening illnesses, it's available on both the iPhone and Android platform. It's dead simple to use. Pick your ailments and then answer a number of questions to narrow down just what might be wrong with you. It's actually very useful for clarifying whether you've got something worth bothering the doctor over or if it's a visit to the chemist you need. There's also the chance to save guides for particular ailments, although strangely it only lets you save them for 30 days. Finally, there's a button to dial NHS Direct from the app, should you decide it's an actual human you need to speak to. Hypochondriacs, rejoice. Those people who have love for podcasts probably already have love for Mixcloud, a great source of both talking and music podcasts, or cloudcasts, from around the world. And now this great source has an app which is currently in beta and iPhone only, which is lucky because it's not exactly all I expected and more. It's set into 4 sections. Hot, for what's popular right now, categories, which covers everything from comedy to indie to tech, and can be separated into music and talk, favourites, which are the individual shows you've liked, and your profile. Here you'll see things like who's following you and who you're following. The latter is useful as you can follow entire series of shows, and it's a good place to navigate to find out what you've missed. Once you've picked something to listen to, there's not much functionality given to you. There's play, rewind to the beginning, and favourite, which will obviously dump it into your favourite section. There's no way of rewinding to a certain point, and there's no way of seeing the comments, although you can see some icons suggesting there are comments. It's also restricted to streaming rather than allowing you to download the cloudcasts. Overall, it's a first step, a beta step in fact, and that's perfectly fine, but we will be expecting more in the actual release, Mixcloud. Are you someone who worries about giving random applications access to your data? If so, look away now. SwiftKey X Beta is going to ask you for everything except your PIN number, but it can probably work that out by scanning your Gmail account. SwiftKey is a popular word-predicting keyboard app, and this next iteration, SwiftKey X, goes even further in predicting what words you're going to type next. It does this by not only using general word frequency data, but also accessing your Facebook, Twitter and Gmail accounts and using the data held there. It also uses your history of typing, registering the way you type and the keys you tend to miss, as well as allowing you to identify yourself as a fast and messy typist or a slow and precise typer. And strike me down if it doesn't work amazingly well. The best test is to start a word not used by people regularly, such as primavera, and lo, within 2 letters it's guessed it thanks to me writing it an awful lot in Gmail and Twitter. Some people will find this magical, some will find it terrifying. If you're in the former group, go get the free beta trial now.
Google's Honeycomb tablet OS is finally here, and the Motorola Xoom is the first device we've got our hands on that runs the latest version of Android. The good news, all your existing Android apps will run on Honeycomb. The bad news, all your existing Android apps will run on Honeycomb. Step outside the bundled apps that have been optimized for the larger screen, and apps like Facebook and Twitter will start to look a little lost on that huge display. Luckily, there are third-party developers to jump in and fill the void. That's if you can find them, as there isn't a dedicated Honeycomb section on Android Market, so you'll need to do quite a bit of digging. But they are out there if you look long enough. Tweetcomb, for example, provides a proper tablet-sized interface on your Twitter, and Friendcaster will pretty up your Facebook for the big screen. With a price tag almost identical to an equivalent iPad 2, the decision really depends on whether you're an Apple or Google fan, and whether you're happy to wait for the software market to catch up a little bit before you can make the most of your shiny new tablet.
Want more? Go to www.frackulous.com/follow for a glut of RSS-y, iTunes-y, podcasty, subscription-y options.